Hi, Tina. First off, thank you so much for agreeing to conduct this interview for our nursing position. My name is Dylan. I know how nerve-wracking these interviews can get, so I'll try my best to make it as engaging as possible for you. This interview should only take roughly about maybe like 15 minutes. So to begin this interview, we're going to start with some very broad questions to get comfortable with each other. Then we'll work towards more specific questions to help me get like a better understanding of how you would fit in our company. Questions like teamwork, communication, etc. Sound good? Okay.
Yes,
So to
sounds
start
good.
off the interview, please share me some things about yourself and why you're interested in nursing.
Well, I'm currently a nursing student who's always been drawn to healthcare because I genuinely enjoy helping people during vulnerable moments of their lives. I've always been someone who stays calm under pressure and likes being hands-on. And I think nursing allows me to combine both critical thinking and compassion. What really solidified my interest in nursing was seeing how much of an impact that nurses have on patient outcomes. Aside from the usual nursing responsibilities, they're constantly educating, advocating, and providing emotional support. So I realized that I wanted a career where I could make that kind of meaningful difference in other people's lives.
Oh, that's really good. I like that. Okay. All right, next question. Tell me why you're the perfect person for this job.
I believe I'm a strong fit for this position because I bring both clinical knowledge and a strong work ethic. And I take accountability seriously. I'm also dependable and I understand the importance of teamwork in patient care. I'm also someone who actively seeks feedback and uses it to improve. In nursing, there's always something new to learn, and I'm
Hmm.
very committed to growing professionally while maintaining high standards of patient safety and compassion.
That's good. Okay. What aspects of a work environment do you enjoy the most and why?
I thrive in structured environments where communication is clear and teamwork is valued. I really enjoy collaborative settings where nurses, physicians, and other healthcare professionals work together toward the same goal of providing the best possible patient care. I also appreciate environments where continuous learning is encouraged. And since healthcare is currently evolving, I enjoy being part of a workplace that supports professional growth.
Sounds like you really enjoy your field. So where do you see yourself in this career, about 5 years from now?
Well, I think in 5 years, I see myself as a confident and experienced RN who has developed strong clinical judgment and leadership skills. I'd like to take on mentorship opportunities with new nurses or students while possibly pursuing specialty certifications or advanced education. My ultimate goal is to become someone that my patients and my healthcare team can rely on, both clinically and professionally.
Awesome. I like that. Okay, so now I'm going to shift towards more specific questions to get a feel for how you would potentially fit inside of our company. So, if you have a valid reason for not being able to attend your workplace, how would you go about communicating that to your employer in a professional manner?
Well, if I were unable to attend work for a valid reason, I would first notify my supervisor as soon as possible by following company policy. And then I would communicate with them clearly and professionally while briefly explaining the situation and respecting their boundaries.
Awesome.
I'd also ensure proper handoff communication and any responsibilities if I need to, and offer documentation if required. Because my priority would be minimizing disruption to patient care and supporting the team, even in my absence.
That's very important in our company, Tina. Very good. So tell me about a technical problem that you were able to handle before in a previous job, or even something that may have happened in like your everyday life that you were able to address.
Well, during a hospital shift, there was a situation where the electronic charting system was temporarily unavailable.
Oh
This
wow.
created a lot of stress because documentation is time sensitive, as we know. And instead of panicking, I confirmed this issue with the charge nurse and then I followed the facility's downtime protocol. I documented patient information manually and I ensured that all notes were complete and accurate before I entered them into the system once the power was restored. This experience reinforced the importance of staying calm and knowing backup procedures.
That's awesome. Okay, so give some potential strategies that you use when handling multiple responsibilities to help you stay organized and on task.
Well, I prioritize tasks based on urgency and patient safety.
Hmm.
I typically start by identifying time sensitive interventions like medications, assessments, or critical labs. I also use written checklists to stay organized and I reassess my patients throughout the shift. If something unexpected happens, I quickly reprioritize rather than trying to multitask unsafely.
Okay. So how do you manage multiple tasks at once to ensure that you're meeting proper deadlines?
I break larger responsibilities into smaller steps and assign realistic time frames. I also communicate early if I anticipate delays. In nursing, deadlines often relate to medication administration, documentation, or patient reassessment. So I try to cluster care whenever possible to maximize efficiency without compromising patient care.
Gotcha. Okay, well, now I'm going to ask you some questions about working with people and being part of a team, as we take teamwork here very seriously. Explain a time where you fixed a conflict between two people, whether that be be between like friends, family, or even like coworkers.
Well, during a clinical rotation, I cared for an elderly patient whose daughter was very involved in her care.
Really?
She was really concerned about the safety of her mom during discharge planning, while the patient themselves wanted more independence. Tension started building because the daughter kept speaking on behalf of her mother, who was entirely competent.
Hmm.
I calmly acknowledged the daughter's concerns, and then I redirected the conversation by asking the patient directly about her preferences. I emphasized patient autonomy while also discussing safety measures to reassure the daughter. By keeping the conversation respectful and patient-centered, we were able to reach a plan that both people felt comfortable with. It reinforced the importance of balancing patient advocacy with empathy for family members.
That's really good, Tina. And so my final question to you is to describe a time where you took over a team project and helped your team complete their task.
I suggested during a project for school that we outline specific responsibilities based on a person's strengths
Hmm.
because we were kind of off track. One person would focus on the literature review and another on data analysis, while I kind of organized the presentation structure and coordinated timelines. I also scheduled brief check-ins with my teammates to keep everyone on track because they were kind of arguing over which responsibilities each of them would have. As a result, we completed the project on time and delivered a well-organized presentation. And this experience taught me that leadership is less about control and more about organization, communication, and keeping the team aligned.
Correct. It's always good to work in a team and have that great communication with each other. All right, Tina, as I wrap up this interview with you, it seems like you're a very organized and efficient person, especially inside of like group activities, which I feel would allow you to flourish at our company. Do you think that's what you hope to share with us today inside of this interview?
Oh, I'm sorry. What did you say?
I said that, do you think that this is what you hope to share with us today inside of this interview, that like you're a very organized and efficient person?
Yes, I agree.
Okay. Well, awesome. Well, that concludes our interview. We'll follow up in the coming days. So be sure to keep an eye out for our email. Once again, thank you so much for your time in conducting this interview with me. It was a pleasure to speak with you, Tina.
Thank you. It was a
Hope you have a
pleasure
great day.
speaking to you as well. You as well.
All
Goodbye.
right.